Hello, good evening or good morning, wherever you are. It's October 15th when I'm recording this, 2024. Just kind of wanted to give a general check-in. I managed to get my EEG scheduled, and it's 1 week from today. So, it's my first EEG. I probably will call them before then with some questions. But really just, a little nervous. I'm gonna do my hair in a way that they can just get in the scalp, because I kind of told them my situation with my hair and they let me know it would be alright as long as they can reach my scalp. So, it's just a little bit of anxiety about, obviously, that the hair is the secondary concern. My primary concern is going through the experience and them not capturing a seizure, which is, what's really delayed my diagnosis up till this point. In college, when I had a strong suspicion that I had epilepsy, I didn't want to get an EEG, spend money that I didn't really have and time that I didn't have in college, for them to not capture a seizure. So, now that I'm in a position to actually, just working, rather than going to school, have that scheduled to check. If I have epilepsy, I'm saying why not? I do have some out-of-pocket costs. If anybody knows about going through, any epilepsy support network, to help that. It's something I've heard of. But really just nervous about that potential for them to not uncover that seizure because it's not scheduled. Excuse me. It's not scheduled at a time that I typically have seizures, but I was told that for epileptics, you can have abnormal brain waves without, having a seizure. So I'm just hoping that that's what happens. But definitely hoping that it captures something, and just hoping that the process is not too bad. But that's really all I had as a check-in, so it's not really much of a check-in at all. Still obviously struggling with the focal seizures. I haven't had any tonic-clonics, so September was good in that sense. It's definitely a little frustrating to deal with, having a doctor who's aware of, catamenial epilepsy, at least to some degree, is helpful. Obviously my neurologist is informed, but having a doctor who is willing to listen to those kinds of things and be in tune and provide good guidance is helpful. So that's a kind of new addition to my life, but just overall, really prioritizing getting a diagnosis and getting accommodations that I might need, in terms of medication or just any lifestyle changes, because it's not ideal to just live with uncontrolled seizures. It's definitely stressful, when you consider how risky it is, and having relationships with people, it's not the best feeling, to live with uncontrolled epilepsy, have your partner or loved ones see you, in that situation, and life only goes on and gets longer. But the longer you are alive to live it, so you kind of have to do something at some point to course correct if there's a glaring issue, and it's not always easy. It can be frustrating, costly, dealing with the root canal from losing my teeth in a seizure. Obviously didn't want to put that one off because, I'm vain enough to say I don't want to lose my teeth. However, when it comes to getting a diagnosis, it's easier to back burner that because I'm like, they've put me on medication and it's working well enough. I mean, I guess there could be a potential it could work better, but it's really just a matter of valuing your life enough and seeing a potential for it to get better. Ideally, I have no seizures. I know there are people who get to that point. I don't know what I'll have to sacrifice. Obviously I take medication. I don't drive, and these are things that I'm willing to put up with, but ideally, I don't have seizures, and, I don't know what the rest of my life looks like, so up until this point, I'm just kind of uncovering what's up with my brain and all of that. So thank you for tuning in. I appreciate it.